Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Syed Akif Shah, lecturer finance at Institute of Business Studies, Kohat University of Science and Technology. The title of this course is Intermediate Accounting, and the course code for this subject is BS 363. This is lecture number 15, and the topic for today's discussion is accounting treatment for debentures, under the umbrella of which we will specifically discuss the condition of redemption for debentures. Basically, this lecture is in continuity to our previous lectures for debentures and accounting treatment for debenture issuance. So, the outline of this lecture comprises of the following agenda point. It means that after listening to this lecture, the student will have solid grip on the following topics. That is to record the journal entries for debentures. We have already covered the accounting entries for debentures from the consideration point of view in our couple of previous lectures. So specifically in this lecture, we will be talking about the emphasis of this lecture will be on the entries of debenture from the condition of redemption point of view. By the condition of redemption point of view, what actually we mean that the redemption in the financial instrument is actually about the regaining or to gain the possession of any financial instrument what company has previously issued to its investor or holder, and now the company is looking to buy back or to regain the possession of that financial instruments. Like in this case, we are discussing the debentures, which are a kind of junk bonds or a financial debt instrument which company has issued to its holder, which are high risk and high return debentures, a debt instrument. But at the time of maturity, the company is looking to regain the possession of this financial instrument is known as the redemption of debentures. So dear students, we have 5 different cases under the condition of redemption when we are discussing the debentures. Number first is when the debentures are issued at par and redeemable at par. It means that, for example, if the debentures value is rupees 100, which is the par value of a debenture, and at the time of maturity or during the course of operation, if the company is looking to buy back or gain the possession of this debenture from open market operation, by open market operation we means that the company can simply purchase its own debenture from the market at the same price at which they have issued, then it is known as redeemable at par. So companies normally issue their debenture at par and redeem them at par value, which is to express that the debenture of rupees 100 par has been redeemed or regained at the same price. The second point which we will discuss in detail will be the debenture issued at par. That is to mean once again that the debenture has been issued at the same par value, rupees 100, which is usually the standard or the denomination of a debenture in terms of rupees 100, and then we can redeem at premium. Now in this case, the debenture has been issued at rupees 100. However, at the time of redemption, that is to regain the possession of the debenture, the company is going to pay in excess to the par value, which could be 105 or 110 rupees. The third case will be the company has issued debenture at a discount. By discount we mean the amount less than the par value. In this case, we have standardized the par value as rupees 100. So when the company is going to issue its debenture at a price less than the par value, like on 95 rupees, then it will be considered as issuance of debenture on discount or at a discount, and then it can redeem at par, like rupees 100, which is the par value. The company can regain its own debenture at rupees 100, then the case will be considered as debenture issued at discount and redeemable at par. The fourth case can be the debenture issued at premium. By premium we mean that the 100 rupees of debenture might be issued on rupees 105, which is now at premium and redeemable at par. The issue of debenture was initially on rupees 100, however at the time of redemption are redeemable at par, which is 100 rupees. It means at the time of regaining the possession, company is obliged or required to pay only rupees 100. So there are different cases which we normally discuss in a financial management when the company is in the good position to issue its debentures on premium, but when the company's position is not well and sound, the company usually do issue the debentures on discount in order to just give a pump, or I can say to give a stimulus in buying and selling of its debenture. It can offer its debenture on discounted value, but when the demand of the company's debenture is very much high and there are sound prospects of the company, at that time company may issue its debenture at premium. The final case which will be discussed in this lecture is actually the debentures issued at discount, which is once again the rupees 100 par value of debenture might be issued at rupees 95, and it may be redeemed at premium, like more than the par value. In this case it could be like 105. Initially the company has issued its debenture on rupees 95, however at the time of regaining the possession of the same debenture it is required to pay in excess to the par value, which is rupees 100 in our case. So the company might be obliged and required to pay 105 rupees, and this will be the fifth case under discussion. So let us discuss the first case of the issuance of debenture from the redemption point of view. The case was debenture issued at par and redeemable at par. This means a debenture of rupees 100 will be issued at the same price and will be repaid at this figure. By repaid we means at the time of redemption the company is required to pay the same amount of rupees 100 at which the company has initially issued its debenture. So the entry under this case, the accounting entry will look like as below. The company's bank account will be debited by rupees 100 if the company has issued only one debenture. So in this case the company has issued its debenture at the rate of rupees 100 par value, and the company's bank account will be debited. The first column represents the debit entry, and a liability of the company, which is to debenture account, will be credited in the books of account of the company. So at the one end cash has been increased in our bank account, therefore in the company's book of record we have debited the bank account and a liability has been generated with the name debenture account. The second case was the debenture issued at par and redeemable at premium. This means a debenture of rupees 100 par value will be issued at the same price of rupees 100, but at the time of redemption, that is to repaid to its holder, at rupees 105, which is well above the par value. So therefore the issue of debenture was on its par value rupees 100, but at the time of repayment the company was required to pay 105 rupees, which is considered as redeemable at premium. Under this case, the premium of rupees 5 to be paid on the redemption is actually the loss of the company. The extra rupees 5 to be paid for 100 rupees of debenture is actually a loss to the company. But however, the same rupee 5 which is considered as loss for the company will be considered as profit for the debenture holder. So we need to understand the perspective with respect to which we are explaining the premium amount. So under this case, the following entry will be passed in the books of account of the company. Initially, at the time of issuance, bank account will be debited with the par value. The debenture was issued at par, and the liability account shall be credited with debenture account 100 same amount. However, the extra amount we need to pay at the time of redemption will be credited, which is a liability of the company to premium on redemption of the debenture account needs to be credited. This was the par value, and this is the additional amount required at the time of redemption. So this is actually the liability of the company. So therefore, an increase in liability is normally recorded by credit. So we have credited correctly. And the extra amount which was required by the company to pay at the time of redemption is actually the loss of the company, and loss are once again a kind of expense for the company. So therefore, this indention should not be incorporated over here. Rather, the loss entry started right beneath the bank account. So the loss on issue of debenture account is 5. So therefore, the double entry accounting system has successfully met its requirement that both sides, which is debit side for an accounting transaction, should be equal to the credit side, and both sides are now equal. Let's discuss this short paragraph. The loss on the issue of debenture account will be written off against the profit and loss account. This loss will be written off against the profit and loss, which is income statement, during the life of debenture. The portion not written off being shown on the balance sheet on the asset side. Like whatever portion needs to be written off, it will be written off from profit and loss account of the company. However, the remaining amount which does exist over the life of the debenture will be available and reported on the balance sheet under the asset side until and unless this loss has completely been written off. Similarly, this premium on redemption account is our liability. Premium on redemption of debenture will continue to appear as liability in the balance sheet till it is closed. By till it is closed, we mean until the company has actually redeemed the debentures. This account will be written off from the balance sheet under liability of the company. Now let's discuss the third case according to the redemption point of view. The debenture issued at discount, which means it will be clear from the narration. Debenture issued at discount and redeemable at par. Now what does this mean? It means that a debenture of rupees 100 will be issued at discount. By discount we mean that it should be less than the original value, which is the par value. So the par or original or face value or the nominal value of this debenture is rupees 100. However, the company is going to issue this debenture on 95. There might be many reasons, like the buying and selling in the debenture of this company might be slow or low. Therefore, in order to stimulate the buying and selling of this debenture or purchasing of this debenture, in order to enhance demand in the eyes and in the prospective investors, company may issue its debenture at a price less than its par value so that it can make its debenture attractive to the investor. Therefore, the company has issued its rupees 100 debenture at rupees 95. But at the time of repayment, it is required to pay only rupees 100, which is the par value. The company has issued on discount, but at the time of redemption, the company is once again obliged to pay the face value or the par value of the debenture. So the entry will look like this one. The bank account will be debited with the 95 since the company has realized only 95 rupees and it has sold this debenture at a price less than its par value, so therefore 95 will be debited in the bank account, which is our cash account. Discount on issue of debenture, as earlier explained, this discount is actually the loss from the perspective of the issuer of debenture, which is company in our case. However, the discount received by the debenture holder shall be considered as profit. As we are writing and journalizing these entries with respect to the company or the issuer point of view, therefore we are writing this discount on issue of debenture account under the debit column, since it is a kind of expense for the company and increase in expenses are recorded by debit. And finally, the company is required to, the accountant is required to mention the debenture account, which is the liability account of the company, with the par value of 100, since this debenture is actually redeemable at par. So therefore the company's liability is to pay 100 at the time of maturity or at the time of redemption of this debenture. Now this discount on issue of debenture account should be shown in the balance sheet on the asset side until it is written off. When it is going to be written off, it will be transformed into the expense account, and then this written off entry will be incorporated in the profit and loss account. The fourth case, according to the condition of redemption, is the debenture issued at premium, like the company's prospects are very high and the investors are too much interested in the debenture of this company. So the debenture, or there might be the interest rate prevailing into the market, which definitely affect the price of the bonds and the debentures. Actually, the debenture comes under the category of debt financing and then bond, and then specifically this name is given to as debenture because of its nature of high risk and high return. So the debenture issued at premium, the reason might be the interest rate fluctuation in the market, or the company's future prospects, and redeemable at par. Now what does this mean? This means that a debenture of rupees 100 will be issued at rupees 105, and the amount is in excess to the par value, then it is considered as issued at premium. But at the time of redemption or regaining the possession of the same debenture, the company is required to pay only rupees 100, which is the par value of this debenture. So what could be the entry in this case? At the time of issuance of this debenture, company's bank account has been debited by 105, since the company has realized rupees 105 by selling this debenture. At the same time, the companies will record the debenture account, which is the liability account, by 100 rupees, because the company is, under this case, is required to redeem its debenture at rupees 100. So therefore it is redeemable at par, and the par value of this debenture is 100. So therefore 100 rupees liability has been generated, and the extra amount we have received at the time of issuance, which is rupees 5, needs to be credited in the premium on debenture account, which could be our reserve account, and normally it is shown in the owner equity or under the liability section of the balance sheet. And this is rupees 5 needs to be credited because increase in premium on debenture account is recorded by credit, because this actually increased the journal reserves and the owner equity of the company. Not owner equity particularly, but under the liability section, it has actually increased the capital of the company. Therefore it is recorded by credit. Now let us discuss the final condition in our lecture. This is debentures issued at discount and redeemable at premium. Now what does this mean? It means that a debenture of rupees 100, which is the par value, will be issued at 95. Since we have issued our debenture at a deep discount, which is rupees 95, which is well below the par value of this debenture, but at the time of repayment the company is required to pay rupees 100, which is well above from the par value of rupees 100. So it has a double advantage for the holder or investor in this case. What could be that advantage? We will discuss shortly. This means that there is a loss of rupees 10 in under this entry or under this scenario to the company. The entry in this case will look like the company's bank account will be debited with the cash of rupees 95. It has been debited because the company has issued its debenture of rupees 100 par value at discount of rupees 5 and at the rate of 95 rupees. So therefore the company has realized 95 rupees in its bank account. Let's leave this loss on the debenture account for the time. The company's liability at the time of maturity will remain the same. Actually, according to the accounting rules, we are required to mention the debenture account on its original par value, which is rupees 100, and we have clearly mentioned the major or par liability under this debenture account. The additional premium account shall be deducted from the premium on redemption of debenture account. This is once again the company's liability at the time of redemption, as clearly mentioned in this account, that this account is the company's liability, which is when the company is going to purchase its debenture on premium, then this account will be debited. So the premium on redemption account of a debenture account will be credited by rupees 5 because the company is required to repurchase or regain the possession of its debenture at the rate of rupees 105. So the original par liability was 100, and additional premium liability which company is required to pay to its debenture holder at the time of redeeming the debenture. So overall we can say that the company has sold its debenture on rupees 95, but at the time of maturity it is required to pay to its holder rupees 105. So the difference between these two is actually rupees 10. This rupees 10, according to the perspective of the company, is a loss. So loss on issue of debenture account will be credited by rupees 10, so that both side debit and credit column match with each other. So this was the final condition according to the redemption point of view. If the company is going to issue its debenture on discount and redeem at premium. And very important, just underneath of each entry you are required to state a short narration so that the condition has been clear to the reader of this journal entry, which is very much mandatory to be written under the journal entry of each debenture issuance, or the journal entries. When we are recording the journal, by rule we are required to give a shortest narration just under the debit and credit transactions, and it must be precise and concise, which clearly explain what has actually done in the above financial transactions. So thank you very much for listening to this lecture. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Good luck for the day. Allah Hafiz.